Imagine your company just hired a brilliant new employee. They have their laptop, they have their email, they are ready to start working. But there's one problem. They can't log into Salesforce. So what to do? So what do you do? Do you just create an email address and give them access? Not quite. In Salesforce, creating a user is like giving someone the right key to the right building. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Think about Salesforce like a large office building. You have an employee coming into the building every day, but not everyone should have access to everything. One person may need access to the sales department, and another may need access to customer records. An admin may need access to almost everything. So Salesforce needs a way to answer four important questions. Who is this person? How do they log in? What type of access do they have? And what are they actually allowed to do? That's where Salesforce users, licenses, and profiles come in. Now let's imagine I'm the Salesforce admin. You are the Salesforce admin. Your manager comes to you and says, Shruti, we have a new employee joining today. Please create their Salesforce account. You open the Salesforce setup and suddenly you see first name, last name, email, username, user license, profile. And you may think, wait, what exactly am I supposed to choose? Don't worry. Let's break it down. Here's where many Salesforce beginners get confused. They think user email means email, license means profile, but these are not the same thing. Each one has a different purpose. And if you choose the wrong combination, you may not even see the profile you need. So let's solve this step by step. Step 1, identity. First, we enter the user's basic information, their first name, last name, and email address. Simple enough. But now, here is something important. Next is the username. Here's a Salesforce rule you definitely want to remember. A Salesforce username must look like an email address. For example, Shruti at geniusdemo.com. But here's the interesting part. It doesn't necessarily have to be the person's actual email address. And it needs to be the unique Salesforce. It needs to be unique across Salesforce. So your username needs to have an email style format and be unique. Next comes the user license. Think of the license as the same as the type of ticket you have purchased to enter the Salesforce building. The license determines the broad capabilities available to that user. For example, you may see a Salesforce license or another available license depending on the order. Then we have the profile. Think of the profile as the access card. The license gives you the type of access available, while the profile determines what the user can do within the boundaries of that license. For example, a sales system administrator needs a system administrator needs much broader access than a standard business user. So remember the simple formula. License is equal to what type of Salesforce access. Profile is equal to what can the user do with that access. And here's the situation that you might actually face in a Trailhead playground. You select the license and suddenly the profile you were looking for isn't available. Why? Because the profiles available depend on the selected user license. So don't immediately think Salesforce is broken. First check the user license. That's one of those small details that can save you a lot of time. Now let's actually create the user. Open your Trailhead playground, go to the gearhead icon, select setup. In the quick find box, search for users, then select users. Now click new user. From here, enter the information required by the Trailhead challenge. Enter the first name, last name, email, username. Then select the required user license and profile. Once everything is correct, click Save. And that's it. You have successfully created a Salesforce user. Now go back to Trailhead, click check challenge, and if everything matches the challenge requirements, you have earned your Trailhead points. That's satisfying part of completing a hands-on challenge. But let's make sure you remember this beyond today's video. Imagine you're hiring someone for a company. User is the employee. Username is their login identity. License is their type of access ticket. Profile is their permission or access set. So whenever you create a Salesforce user, don't think of it as simply filling out the form. You are defining who the person is and what kind of Salesforce access they receive. And that is why user management is such an important Salesforce admin skill. In a real Salesforce organization, employees do. Employees change roles. Employees leave. And Salesforce admins need to manage their access appropriately. So understanding users, licenses, and profiles isn't just useful for passing the Trailhead challenge. It's a fundamental skill for working as a Salesforce administrator. So here's your challenge. If you're working through the Salesforce admin Trailhead modules, try this challenge yourself. And if you get stuck, don't just skip it. Understand why Salesforce is asking you to configure each field, because that's how you move from simply completing the Trailhead challenges to actually understanding Salesforce administration. If this video helped you understand Salesforce User Management, subscribe to Salesforce Genius. I'm creating more simple, practical Salesforce tutorials to help you learn concepts, complete Trailhead challenges, and prepare for your Salesforce career. If you have a doubt, comment below or DM me on LinkedIn and tell me which Salesforce admin topic should I explain next. Keep learning, keep building, and remember, you are a Salesforce genius in the making. See you in the next video.